Al Gore, of course, has this apocalypse now vision of global warming and so forth.
We're facing a planetary emergency. And I'm fully aware that that phrase sounds shrill to many people's ears, but it is accurate.
He wants carbon caps on the greenhouse emissions. He also wants a carbon tax. Here we go. What's your take on the
don't like taxes. I don't know how to make that any clearer. I don't like taxes. I generally think taxes are, given the level of taxation that we have in a lot of our states and in the country, kind of inventing new ones is a very big mistake. Find other ways to do it. If you want to deal with global warming, the way to deal with global warming is to develop these alternative technologies. Really get serious about energy independence, which we probably should have been serious about 30 years ago and wouldn't be in this situation where we have to send money to our enemies. Get serious about what we haven't licensed a new nuclear power plant in 30 years because people are afraid of nuclear power. Well, I do security work for nuclear power. I have in my private life. Nuclear power is dangerous. So is every other form of power. But nobody's died from nuclear power. China is building 40 nuclear power plants. India, we just made a deal so they can build nuclear power plants. We've got to get serious about ethanol. Brazil is way ahead of us on ethanol. So let's put the resources in to catch up on ethanol and get ahead of Brazil on ethanol. Let's look at wind and solar from the point of view of, can we store that energy? Right now, it's inconsistent energy. When the wind is blowing, you get energy. When it isn't, you don't. Is there a way to develop a technology that you can store it? Can you clean coal? Carbon sequestration. It can be done. Can we expand it? The other benefit of looking at it this way, which I consider a pro-growth way, is we move ourselves toward energy independence, and then we also create an industry, a new industry in America. And with the growth of China and the growth of India, if we're at the head of that industry, we're going to make a lot of money in China, and we're going to make a lot of money in India. We won't just be buying things from them. They'll be buying things from us.
If we went Kyoto, as per the Gore idea, wouldn't a lot of factories and jobs and investments just move offshore to China and India?
Yeah, it would move offshore to China or India, and it would have no impact on global warming. Whatever your scientific conclusion about global warming, whether it's man-made or it isn't or whatever, the reality is that if you don't have restrictions on China, you don't have restrictions on India, our contribution ultimately is going to be minor. I mean, we could put all these restrictions on ourselves and have just as much arguable global warming if China, India, some of these other countries that are going to be contributing a lot more to this don't become part of some kind of system to create alternatives.